Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Monday Coffee with Jexo, where we scan through last week's news and updates from across the Atlassian universe. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Biro. Good morning. We're the founders of Jexo, a fast-growing marketplace partner building delightful project and product management apps for Jira Cloud. You can check more about what we do on our website, jexo.io.
And the links for the sources of the topics we are going to discuss today are all linked in the description. We are also hosting an Atlassian News Roundup Twitter Spaces every Monday at 6 p.m. UK time on Twitter, so you can come and join us to discuss the news in a little bit more details.
I said webso again, didn't I? Like last time. I think last time I said webso instead of website.
Yeah, and I told you said website, and you're like, I didn't.
Damn it. All right. Anyways, moving on. First piece of news. Lennon Leah, a product manager at Atlassian, just introduced the Smart Link Embedded feature. This lets you load full Confluence pages in Jira issues, Trello boards, and even Team Central projects and goals. Now, how can you actually do this? Pretty simple, really. We're all used to the smart links in Jira. Pasting a Confluence page hyperlink in the issue description gets recognized and converted into an element with a visual pop. Until recently, these Confluence smart links had three main options, which were seeing it as a URL, as an inline link, and as a card. This new feature adds a fourth option to the smart link called Display Embed. Once selected, it will load the whole Confluence page in the issue description section. This is a handy feature, and I'm sure one that many will welcome. I'm personally so much more likely to scan through documentation if it automatically loads in the ticket I'm looking at rather than attach as a link. As Lennon said, the purpose is to bring project execution and documentation closer together. Atlassian is rolling out this feature out gradually, as they usually do. So if you don't have it yet available, wait until they finish with the rollout. We'll definitely use this internally. However, I am curious how permissions will function for this, given that they're different products with individual permission rights. Most likely, maybe if you don't have access to that space or specific page in Confluence, you'll see a message in the embedded section. Or maybe the smart link just stays as a link. I don't know. What do you think, Nikki?
Yeah, I guess we will see. It's really hard to say without testing it. You never know what's going to happen with the permissions in these cases. Anyways, it's a really nice feature. When I was reading it, I was thinking that it might be actually good for product development when you want to share a little bit more background with the developers, and you might store this information in Confluence. So really well done.
Yep.
And now let's have a look at the opportunities to share your feedback about Atlassian tools and help shape the future of the product. First two feedback calls are focusing on data center and server customers. If you are using Bitbucket on data center, you can get in touch with Anton Genkin. He's interested in your future plans related to your Bitbucket data center. If you are planning to move to cloud, or you're planning to do some kind of hybrid model, and if none of that, what's stopping you from moving to cloud? Another feedback call is for all server and data center customers to participate in a user testing interview, where you will get a chance to try out the new designs of Cloud Roadmap. And last, you can join the newly created workflow focus group on the Atlassian user community. The Atlassian team is working hard on improving workflow editor in team managed projects and are looking for Jira admins to work with to give them a little bit more feedback. If any of these feedback opportunities sounds like the right one for you, check out the post and learn how to participate.
Yeah, it's always great to have these feedback sessions. Really interesting to see what comes out of it. So yeah, let's see. Now, a very hot announcement, I would say. Atlassian decided to sunset the Mac app version of Jira. Whoa. And last week they made it public through a community post. What does it mean? Well, as of February 2022, Atlassian is letting go of the native macOS app to focus entirely on the web browser version. The app will still be available to download from the Mac store, but no new feature will make it in, nor will they offer support for it. Looking at the comment section under the announcement, this seems like a very controversial decision, with many enjoying the app experience more than the web version. I don't have many thoughts about this since I've never actually tried the Mac app, so I'm not sure what was better or worse. Based on the Irene's post, it looks like the web app has evolved quite a bit versus the Mac one, and there must be internal resourcing and investment factors that contributed to the decision, and probably pure usage numbers. I doubt that the Mac app would have nearly enough users to keep resources invested in further development. I don't really know, just my assumption here. Also, looking at it, it seems to have a dark mode, which looks gorgeous. I'd probably use it just for that feature, but hopefully they will bring dark mode to the web version soon.
Yeah, I was actually trying the Mac version of Jira once. It has such a limited functionality, so I guess the reasoning that they gave in the post is quite clear. Like the Mac app doesn't have enough of what a web application has, so I end up using the web app anyways. And if you're already working in your browser, it's just so easy just to switch to a different tab instead of opening the new application in Mac. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's also a preference thing, because reading the comments, a lot of people said that they were preferring being able to on Mac just swipe and have the full application. So I think it's a preference thing.
That's kind of expected. If you're sunsetting something, you're always going to have people coming and asking for it back. Anyways, if you are looking for a place to go and see all partners organized events, you can have a look at this community post in the apps and integration group on the Atlassian community. We started creating these monthly webinars and event roundups inspired by an Atlassian organized events roundup that you can find in the Welcome Center group. If you're an Atlassian partner and you would like to get your event listed here, comment on the post or message us on LinkedIn.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And I remember back in the day, I was looking for a list of events and couldn't find something that was, I would say, centralized and kept up to date and one single source of truth. Hopefully, we can make this exactly that.
Hopefully.
So, theme tour for government agencies is taking place over 3 days from 1st March. This event will be a digital one, streamed by Atlassian, and attendance is completely free for any teams and individuals working for government agencies. This event happened last year as well. I remember we were reporting on Monday Coffee, and it's great to see it back this year. We are presented with a great lineup of speakers that will cover topics like Confluence for public sector, Jira software for government, DevSecOps, JSM for internal agency services delivery, and also plenty of public sector customer insights. It's going to be an eventful 3 days for sure, so book your ticket and clear up your calendar for the 3 days. There are plenty of things to learn, and you also get free CPE credits, so more reasons to join in.
Awesome, that's a good addition to Team 22 event in Vegas. And to the next one, we have a new feature that we definitely can't miss. Last week, a new feature was released to Jira Cloud, and you can now create a side banners to share important information with your Jira users. There are a few options in terms of customization. You can add any text you want to be displayed in the banner. There is an option to hide and show the panel or the banner, and giving users the ability to dismiss it. And the last, the visibility level, if you want the banner to be shown only to locked users, or it should be shown for anyone who can access the site, no matter if they're logged in or no. So you can find the banner settings in your main Jira settings under the system, and announcement banner is located under the user interface category. I think this is quite a bomb. I remember when Atlassian announced banners for Confluence Cloud, many people were commenting and asking for the same feature in Jira. So here it is.
Yeah, I'm already thinking how we're gonna use it internally to spam everyone in our team.
I already put a banner on my UAT environment saying, "This is my
Really?
UAT environment. Please don't delete stuff."
Well,
So,
you see, that's a really good use case, and you can do that quite a bit with your production and personal or UAT environments.
Indeed.
At least for us, for developers.
You can select the colors for the banner, but I think you can add the emojis, so at least you can give it some visual.
Well, hopefully they introduce colors so we can further spam people.
Like bright red. Yeah.
Yes. Right. Following up to that, our friends at Appfire made another acquisition public last week. This time they got the popular app Numbered Headings from Avisi Apps. Number Heading was actually Avisi's most popular app with over 6,000 active installations, with second most popular being their apps Atlas CRM for Jira and Confluence, which I assume will now be the core focus of the Avisi team. With this acquisition, Appfire continues to consolidate its suite of publishing tools and, to quote from the press release, aim to streamline collaboration for teams by making it easier to create and share content. Appfire does have a smaller app in its portfolio already that has very similar features to Number Heading. It's called Easy Number Headings and was developed by Bolo Software, which was acquired almost a year ago by Appfire. So, looking forward to see how these two apps evolve and if they'll eventually become one.
You never know.
Let's see. Yeah.
Let's
wait. Put your bets on the table, please.
Okay. Let's talk about this a little bit more on Twitter Spaces today. And now to the article of the week from an Atlassian work-life blog answering a big question. Should you first focus on monthly active users or revenue? And spoiler alert, the answer is monthly active users, especially if you're running on freemium pricing model like Atlassian or us. The idea is that if you need to choose one metric to focus on, the monthly active users are representing the customers who are using your product and getting the value out of it. If your users are happy with your product, you can eventually start charging them and they will be happy to pay. To grow your monthly active users, there are two key things to focus on. First of them is low-key marketing tactics like useful content and SEO that can reach many people at once. One article can reach thousands and thousands of people a year, so it's really worth focusing on these. And removing any barriers when someone tries to sign up for your product, like for example, asking for the credit cards upfront and so on. And the freemium model is really helping this. So if you are working in a SaaS company, this is definitely worth reading to see how you can apply this on your product. Alright, and that's about it for the news about Atlassian. I hope you enjoyed Monday Coffee with Jexo, whether you're watching us live or recorded later. Just a reminder, links for all the topics we discussed today are in the description, so don't forget to check them out. We are also live today on Twitter Spaces at 6 p.m. UK time to discuss this week's news in a little bit more details, so don't forget to follow Jexo on Twitter and join us. Have a great week.
All right, see you in a bit. Bye.